Your partner thinks you're never going to walk away from them. No matter what they do, you've lost. That's a horrible place to be in. We have to get to a place where we both understand that as long as we show up the way that we need to show up for each other, we have each other's back. We will be here. But neither of us will tolerate an unhealthy relationship and someone who blatantly does not want to work on making this better.
Simps are one of the many reasons as to why dating is dying in America. Online dating is a fucking joke because in a woman's DMs, it's literally you against 99 simps. Who in the world wants to fucking compete with that? It's just not worth it.
I think a lot of men are under the false impression that if a woman just looks good, and I'm sure you can understand this, if a woman looks good, she's wifey material. Nope. One of the biggest mistakes that men make, we all hear, we've heard the word simp a lot, right? You're simping, you're simping. People have many definitions of simping, but my definition of simping is giving an undeserving woman access to your time, your energy, attention, and resources. And so as a woman, if you want to be respected by a man, you 1000% have to be respectable. Unfortunately, most women don't understand that.
Yeah, modern women, you're saying.
Modern women,
okay,
absolutely.
MLD, let's go down the list.
Hello and welcome to today's podcast. Today's topic is one that may be controversial, but it is important to discuss. We will be talking about why men should stop giving girls free attention. All right? Firstly, let's define what we mean by free attention. Free attention is the act of giving someone your time and energy without any reciprocation, okay, or effort on their part. This can include things like constantly liking and commenting on someone's social media posts, always being available to talk, or constantly showering someone with compliments, all right? Now, you may be thinking, what's wrong with giving someone attention? It's just being nice, right? And yes, there's nothing inherently wrong with being kind and showing interest in someone. However, when it comes to relationships, whether romantic or platonic, there needs to be a balance of effort and reciprocity. That's essential. When men give girls free attention, they are essentially putting themselves in a position of lower value by constantly giving their time and energy to someone without any effort or reciprocation on the other person's part. They are communicating that their time and energy is not valuable. This can create a power dynamic where the person receiving the attention has all the power and control in the relationship. All right? Furthermore, giving free attention can lead to a sense of entitlement on the part of the person receiving it. If someone is used to always getting attention without having to put in, any effort, they may begin to feel entitled to that attention. This can lead to them taking the other person for granted and not valuing them as an individual. So, how can men stop giving girls free attention? Firstly, it is important to set boundaries. If someone is constantly demanding your attention without offering anything in return, it's okay to say no. You don't owe anyone your time and energy. And it's important to prioritize your own needs first. Secondly, focus on building relationship with people who value your time. This means seeking out people who are willing to put in effort and reciprocate your kindness. By surrounding yourself with people who value you, you will naturally attract more positive relationship into your life. Lastly, it's important to remember that attention is not the same as love or affection. It's easy to mistake attention for affection, but true affection requires effort and reciprocity. If someone is only interested in receiving attention without offering anything in return, it's unlikely that they truly care about you as an individual. In conclusion, giving girls free attention can create an unhealthy power dynamic in relationships, and it can lead to a sense of entitlement on the part of the girl receiving the attention. By setting boundaries, focusing on building relationships with people who value you, and recognizing the difference between attention and affection, men can avoid falling into the trap of giving free attention. It is important to note that this is not just a problem for men also. Anyone can fall into the trap of giving, free attention. However, men in particular may feel pressure to constantly show interest and attention to women, which can make it difficult to break the cycle. All right? It is also worth noting that not all attention is bad. It's important to show interest and kindness to those around us. And there's nothing wrong with giving someone a compliment or showing support. However, when attention becomes one-sided, there's a problem. And there's no effort or reciprocation on the other person or other part, it can be unhealthy. Ultimately, the key to building a healthy relationship is balance. Both parties should be willing to put in effort and show interest in each other by valuing our own time and energy and seeking out, relationship with people who value us. We can avoid falling into the trap of giving free attention and build more fulfilling relationships in our lives. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I hope this discussion has been helpful and thought-provoking. Remember, you are valuable and your time and energy are worth prioritizing. All right? Another problem with giving free attention is that it can lead to a lack of mutual respect and appreciation in relationships. When someone is used to always getting attention without, let's say, having, to put in any effort, they may begin to take the other person for granted and not value them, as an individual, as a person. This can lead to a lack of respect and appreciation in the relationship, which can ultimately lead to its downfall. In addition to these problems, giving free attention can also be harmful to the person given the attention. When someone is constantly giving their time, energy, and efforts without any reciprocation, it can lead to feeling of burnout and exhaustion. It can also be a source of frustration and disappointment when the other person doesn't appreciate or value the attention they are receiving, So what can be done to avoid giving free attention? One of the most important things is to set boundaries and communicate your needs clearly. If someone is constantly demanding your attention without offering anything in return, it's okay to say no and prioritize your own needs. It's also important to seek out relationship with people who value you and are willing to put in effort and reciprocate your kindness. All right? So it goes both ways. Ultimately, giving free attention can be harmful to both parties involved in a relationship. By setting boundaries, seeking out relationship with people who value you, and recognizing the difference between attention and affection, you can avoid, what you can avoid? Falling into the trap of giving free attention and build more fulfilling relationship in your life. To wrap up, giving free attention to others can create an unhealthy power dynamic in relationships and lead to a lack of mutual respect and appreciation. It is important to set rules, seek out relationship with people who value you, and recognize the difference between attention and affection. People are taking advantage of you in order to avoid falling into the trap of giving free attention. By valuing your own time and energy, you can build more fulfilling relationships in your life that are based on mutual respect and reciprocity. Thank you for listening to today's discussion, and I hope you found it helpful.